Alright everyone, welcome back to Cold-Blooded Fear, my episode on reptiles and amphibians in the United States. Today we have the common garter snake. As you can see here, it's a nice little garter snake. Measured it earlier, it's about 27 inches long. Just to give you some facts here on the garter snake. The garter snake is going to be the most common snake in the United States. It's also going to be the one people come across the most often when walking and things like that. They're the most commonly seen snake. Now, garter snake's range is going to be huge. It's going to be pretty much everywhere except for your really dry states like Arizona, New Mexico, far west Texas, stuff like that. They can live all the way up to 8,000 feet, which even if you're in lower elevation mountains, you can even see these guys. I'm at about 7,000 feet where I'm at right now, and caught this guy here. Again, this is the garter snake. They come in a wide variety of colors and patterns. The commons do, just depending on your locale. Their variation really changes. We'll give a close-up there. Now, one of the very interesting things about this particular garter snake here in Colorado is it looks very similar to what they call the Western Plains garter snake, which is not part of the garter snake species, common garter species. The biggest difference is going to be is if you can see down here in the front, there's a stripe that runs down the middle of the back there. Now, in the Western Plains, that stripe's going to be a lot thicker and it's going to be a lot more vibrant. And usually, the Western Plains out where I'm at right now are actually going to be red. They almost look like a checkerboard, the sides. But they can come in this color variation as well. Another way to tell a common, this particular common from a Western Plains as well, is you can see this light stripe here that runs down the side that separates the belly out there. Now in the Western Plains, there's actually going to be another set of black check marks that are underneath that lighter line, which this one doesn't really have as well. There'll also be black lines there on the lips, and all we're seeing there is scale separation on this one. Garter snakes in general are pretty tame. When you first try to catch them, sometimes they will try to strike. This one hasn't tried to bite me yet. The biggest thing they're going to do to you, though, is they're going to musk. And what that is it's going to be a secretion they let out of their anal gland there. It's pretty much like liquid feces. It smells absolutely terrible, but it's supposed to deter any threats that they may come across. Anyway, these guys are going to live in woodlands, marshes, irrigation ditches. They'll live on farms, pretty much everywhere. You'll see them in parks. They're most active during the day. That's when you're going to see them for the most part. They'll be in vegetation. They like to eat earthworms, frogs, salamanders, toads, things of that nature. Occasionally, according to what I've read, they'll even actually eat small rodents and fish as well. But something very interesting that occurred with this particular snake actually is one thing that a snake will do is right after they eat a meal, if they're interrupted by a predator or, for instance, me trying to capture it, if they get too stressed, they'll actually regurgitate their meal. I felt bad because I had no idea that this one had just eaten, and she actually ended up regurgitating her meal. Anyway, apparently, garter snakes will go after birds, because that is what this garter snake regurgitated, which was a small sparrow. And anything I've never read about garter snakes going after birds before, but obviously if the opportunity presents itself, even a snake this size, which isn't a very big snake, will go after a bird the size of a sparrow, which is really incredible for a garter snake especially. Anyway, you can just see how calm she is. Nothing really too big, not really worried or anything, as long as you're real slow movements and everything, and don't freak her out too much. But garter snakes are always fun to catch, if you just want to look at a cool little snake, something that's not going to be too aggressive, something that's not going to give you too many problems or anything like that. Like I said, the biggest thing you have to worry about is the musking. These guys are going to breed March to May. They'll actually lay eggs between July and September. The babies only take about 2 years to mature. Garter snakes, though, you can actually see them active all year in the far southern states. If you go down, Mississippi, Florida area, they'll be active all year long. In places like Colorado, where we are now, they'll actually hibernate together. They have group dens that they hibernate in. So usually when you find these guys, you'll find multiples, which I did. I found some real small babies, and then I found this pretty large one here. But they'll hibernate in group dens together, so probably in the area where I found this one, if I had to guess, there's probably at least 25 of them over there. Right now, there could be more. But this is the common garter snake again. Go ahead and give a good shot of the head. See if she'll come down. Get a nice shot of the body there. There we go. And once again, thanks for watching my show, and I hope to see you all next time.